to Stevens and Dr. Favarden so much for hosting. This is our second annual State of the City address. I'm extremely pleased to announce that, under Dr. Favarden's leadership, the partnership between Hoboken and the Stevens is really becoming much, much stronger. Really, it's stronger than ever, and I want to announce a few projects that we're working with them on. We're working on a project to make Hoboken potentially one of the nation's first truly smart cities. So through this innovative program, residents would be able to immediately access and give input on the array of services that impact your daily lives. Thanks to Dr. Ali Mushtari and Stevens staff and students, there's quite a number of people that are going to be working on this project, collaborating with my administration. And also there's so many Stevens students who are working on various infrastructure projects with us. And Stevens students really know how to volunteer. And I just want to, publicly thank them so much for their volunteerism during Hurricane Irene. They went out and really helped our community. They've gone out and cleaned our parks on several occasions. They help us setting up with many cultural events. Like one morning I was out, saw them setting up all the hay for the maize for one festival that we had out on Pier A. So we thank them very, very much, and we feel very lucky to have Stevens as a strong member of our community here in Hoboken. I also want to say a huge thank you to the City Council and all of those who have served and continue to serve on so many of our boards, and the volunteers for our community emergency response team who really helped out during Hurricane Irene. I know we don't always agree, but these individuals devote an enormous amount of time and energy serving our city, and their contributions absolutely deserve to be recognized. I also want to say a special thank you to my directors, my chiefs, and the employees, and thank you so much, all of the employees of the City of Hoboken, and thank you for your dedication to our city. Now, I must say, 2011 was one heck of a year. I have to admit, it's been a very tough year. It's, together I do feel that we overcame tremendous challenges. At times I feared we could be financially destroyed if the sale of the hospital failed, let alone the challenges we faced with the hurricane, the blizzards, the shipworms, and of course there was that lovely unexpected earthquake. So I want to give a huge thank you to our public safety members who saw us through really a tumultuous year. Despite the fact that the challenges have never stopped, we not only survived, but I do feel we've thrived in 2011. First, we were able to achieve a 10% municipal tax reduction, the 6th largest in the state. The second major achievement, together we saved our city from financial destruction with the successful sale of Hoboken University Medical Center. As all of you know, this sale was crucial both because the hospital is such an important part of our community, and because we had that $52 million bond that was weighed on my shoulders that was backing the hospital. So, as we all know, the hospital was bankrupt. And had the sale not been completed, we would have lost our hospital and faced a fiscal crisis on a frightening proportion. And I will admit that it definitely kept me up a few nights worrying about making sure that this deal went through. So saving our hospital, I must say, consumed more of my time than I ever could have imagined. And I do thank my family and my husband Stan, who's here tonight, for his patience through all of that. But what I learned through this is that it really demonstrates that, what you think might be impossible, you can achieve. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of the authority members, Tony Tamarazzo, Tejal Desai, Dr. Fayemi, Dr. Kozel, Eric Kurta, Jonathan Metch, Vincent Riccatelli, Steve Rofsky, Catherine Williams, Norman Milson. Tony is here, Steve is here, Jonathan is here. If you could please stand up. Eric Kurta, I believe, is here. heroes of Hoboken this year, and without your unwavering support and perseverance, we could not have succeeded. So I thank you so very, very much. I also want to thank the Hoboken Women's Auxiliary for their tremendous support of the hospital. Over the years, they have raised over $1 million. Much of that went to the emergency room. So I thank them very, very much for their support of the hospital. I also want to thank Senator Kenney and Mayor Roberts, who are here with us tonight. I called them both on that Friday afternoon when I could finally, definitively say, the hospital has been sold, the deal has gone through. And I told each of them that there were many people, including me, who questioned or were concerned with the bailout of the hospital in 2007. But I wanted them to understand that I fully recognize that without that bailout in 2007, we would not have had a hospital to save in 2011. So I thank them very much, and I thank everyone who was involved in 2007 for coming together as a community to save the hospital. So under the strong leadership of Phil Scheingold, the new CEO of HUMC, the hospital's future is very bright, and Phil is here with us tonight as well. I thank him for being here. Just last week, HUMC brought on, in partnership, a neurosurgeon from New York University. So we welcome Dr. Ramesh Babu and look forward to the highest level of care that all of the doctors and the dedicated staff at HUMC offer our community. It's a very, very exciting future for the hospital. Another essential achievement of 2011. My administration worked closely with North Hudson Sewage Authority to finally get the Observer Highway flood pump online. This essential infrastructure is, is already helping to alleviate our city's 100-plus year, at least 100-year flooding problem. So congratulations to Chairman Wolf, who's, I believe, is here with us, Executive Director Fred Kochi, and the entire board of North Hudson Sewage Authority. Thank you very, very much. And I also want to thank John Nastasi, a Stevens professor and architect and Hoboken resident, for working with the city and North Hudson to design the exterior of the pump. As a council person, I advocated strongly to make certain that the Southwest, the Observer Highway pump, was the first one to be built. The original 4-pump plan scheduled this most important pump. It was due to be last, and I'm very pleased that that schedule was changed and that this was the first pump that was built. And we need to keep working to fully solve our flooding problem, looking forward to partnering and working with North Hudson Sewage Authority. We also brought in MNet to install sensors, and now we have data from before the pump was installed, data. Unfortunately, we're gathering that data after the pump was installed, and so with that data, we're going to have, we're going to be able to work together and create more affordable solutions to fully solve our flooding. So I'm looking forward to doing that in the new year. A third important achievement this year was the transition to single-stream recycling. That means you can put all your recycling, for those of you who don't, you can put all your recycling together now. And under the leadership of our recycling coordinator, David Calaminari, we have increased our city's recycling by more than 50% in the last year. David and everyone who's actively working to recycle in our community. Not only does this save money, but it's simply the right thing to do. So we're going to continue on that effort. We've created a green team and really continue on that effort to get more and more people to recycle. In addition to going green, we've been working to restore your faith in our city's government. This year we passed anti-wheeling campaign finance reform, which banned the practice of circumventing our pay-to-play laws and other contribution limits by funneling contributions through third parties. Given Hoboken's recent history, this reform is a vital step to ensure that the politics of the future do not emulate the politics of the past. Very soon, hopefully next week, we will be announcing that a world-class company will be coming to Hoboken, creating hundreds of jobs and spurring economic development. Last week was the grand opening of the Office Depot. I went over to congratulate, unfortunately I wasn't able to be there for the grand opening, but I went over to congratulate and welcome the new president, the president of Office Depot, and I wanted to ask him, what made you decide on Hoboken? And he confirmed what I think all of us already know, is that major companies are very interested in coming to Hoboken because they recognize that we have a fantastic place for them to locate their businesses. We have a high quality of life, and we have direct access to New York City. So we welcome them, and we're excited about the new job opportunities. Last year was a tough year of evaluation and change for our police and fire department and other departments in the city. I know it was difficult for everyone, but through it all, we were able to reach fair agreements with our police and fire departments. These contracts provide public safety personnel with the security of agreements going into the future for the first time in a long time. So I want to thank our police and fire departments for protecting our community each and every day. And after years of delay, we were also able to complete and open PRC Park for our community. And I want to thank everyone who was involved in developing the designs for that and bringing this beautiful park to our city. And I'm sure many of you have been out there, but it's just so great to see so many residents and visitors really enjoying that park. It's a fantastic addition to our network of parks. Last year, we also added, we didn't do a ribbon cutting for this. This is something, don't really do ribbon cuttings for this kind of thing, but we added desperately needed air conditioning and heating system to our multi-service center that serves our seniors. This was another project that was overlooked, and I'm proud that we were able to get this done, and looking forward to working with Chief Falco and making sure that we get the air conditioning and heating system and the upgrades in our police department that we desperately need. Okay, on to parking. As everyone knows, parking is a big issue in Hoboken. It's a very challenging and difficult issue, and quite frankly, no matter what we do, we won't have enough supply to meet the demand. But we will continue to do everything that we can to alleviate the problem. So our focus is to try and make it easier for people with cars to get around Hoboken and those without cars to get around Hoboken. So I want to share with you some of the headway that we have made on this challenging topic. We have, by installing the new multimeters, we've added an estimated 150 new parking spaces and made parking easier, so you don't have to search in your pocket for your quarters, and you can use your credit card. We've also made it really impossible to steal quarters with the new system that we have. Unfortunately, that is something that we do know was occurring. Corner Cars has been an unambiguous, unbelievable success. Over 2,000 residents and counting have taken advantage of this program. And 99 people have surrendered their permits. So we're looking for one more out in the crowd maybe tonight. This program has made it far easier to live in Hoboken without a car. It has been, without question, a way to create more parking. Is it a solution in itself? Absolutely not. But without question, we're very proud of the fact that 5 major cities are now interested in following Hoboken's model, and we've received awards from the State Sustainability Award because of our work on corner cars. So we're very proud of that program. We've also been working closely with the business community. After a community meeting that we had with business owners, we created a discounted parking program in our municipal garages. And as a result, over the last year, we've partnered with over 300 businesses who are now parking in our municipal garages. And so we're leaving more space for valued customers and for all of you to go and shop on Washington Street. So we're proud of that achievement as well.